You're now listening to Directing Magic with your host, Marquette Jones.
Hello and welcome to Directing Magic Podcast. This is Marquette Jones, and I am here with Annie Hu today, who has a fantastic, awesome, brilliant short film called Cake that we're going to get to talk about today, amongst many other things. Hi.
Hello. Thanks so much. That was a very humbling introduction. I'm just like,
So you have this short film on the festival circuit right now that's called Cake.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about?
So Cake is a short film about a married couple where the wife wants to explore her sexuality within her marriage, so she surprises her husband with a female sex robot for them to share.
Female sex robot played by
me.
Yes. Okay. So I've seen the film. Where can other people see it?
Well, right now it's not publicly released online yet. It's still in its festival run, and a lot of festivals, they don't want you to have it available publicly while you're in your festival run. But you can always check out the website, www.cakethefilm.com to see where we're screening next. And also to sign up for our email list, because eventually it will go online. And when it does, I will be blasting everybody and telling them to go watch it online. So I will definitely let people know.
Awesome.
But for right now, just festivals.
So we have to look for it on a festival circuit. And one of my favorite festivals I saw that you screened at, which is Cucaleras Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
How was that experience for you? It's in North Carolina for folks who don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really, really great experience. Cucaleras is definitely a very unique film festival as well. It has like a very distinct style and very unique. It's fun. It's there's a lot of, there's a dance component to that festival. There's a stage and theater component. There's the film component. It's a fun time. And then the screening itself went great. We were screening in a block that Cinekink Film Festival also helped select the films for. And so it was basically a block of kinky, sex-positive films.
Did you guys do a Q&A?
Yes, we did. And that was, we got some really thoughtful questions.
One of my past shorts screened there, and that's how I got turned on to them. And this year I worked on their programming committee, but not for shorts, for features. So I didn't get to see your film in advance, but I was like, oh, yay.
Were you there? Were you there this year?
I did not go. I am teaching this semester, or this year. And I was like, I had all intentions of going. I had my pass ready, and I just couldn't get myself over there. So I missed out. But it's a good festival for filmmakers. I feel like they take really good care of us.
Oh, yeah. They definitely took really great care of the filmmakers. And it's set up in a way where you can meet so many people. It's great. It was a lot of fun. Maybe too much fun.
Did you go to the midnight brunch that they do?
Oh, I don't think they did a midnight brunch. If they did, I missed it. And maybe they did do it. But usually I was watching a lot of films at night, like their late night program, so I might have missed it. But every night I was definitely at their, every night they had a party at Django's Playhouse, and I was there every single night. So
fun times. So, okay. So as far as your film goes, I'm really, even though I don't know you, I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
For making something that was just so fearless. Casting yourself was a brave choice. Did you consider putting somebody else in that role, or did you always know you were going to be the sex robot?
Well, first, thanks so much. That's, the film, I feel like most people receive it well, but it's also it's like there's also some women that are very uncomfortable by the film, which is fine as well. But yeah, thank you for recognizing what it takes to put myself in that kind of a role. And getting back to your original question, I originally the role was written for me, and then I got scared. So then during the casting, we decided to do casting for the robot as well. Everybody that came in just didn't, they were great, but they didn't fit what it was I was looking for. And actually, there was I think there was 4 or 5 women that said that they were going to come in and audition, and only one did. So we only had one option. And, I wasn't sold on anybody. And I talked to my casting director, and I talked to her about how scared I was. And my casting director, she's a talented actress, and she's done roles that required her to do, a simulated sex scene and nudity and things like that. And so we talked a lot about that. We talked a lot about shame. And I talked about how I was really afraid I was going to be judged and how I was going to be slut shamed, and how, what are people going to think about me? Are they going to assume that I'm this character that I'm playing? Which is, after we talked about that, I just decided, we talked it out, and she was just like, it's your movie, it's your art, it's your baby. You have to do what's right for you. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
I didn't know if I'm allowed to curse or not, but I just said, screw it, I'm going to do it. And I bought the corset, and as soon as I did that, there was no turning back. Yeah, that corset is non-refundable. There was no option after that. I was like, I can't spend another $120 on a corset for somebody else.
Right. And the corset is definitely a character.
The corset also got its fun stories on its own. At the end of the shoot, I'd worn that. It was a 2-day shoot, and I'd worn it for basically over 12 hours each day. And by the time I was done with the shoot, I had little bruises on my midsection from the corset. But anyway, that's a different story. But at the end of the day, I am really happy with the casting decision of casting myself as the robot. I think, for those people who have watched it, or those people who want to watch it, the sex robot is more than just it. The role of the sex robot is to comment on constantly being fetishized and trying to claim this stereotype, make it my own, and do and bring it to light, and say a lot about it, and do it in a way that empowers me.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference when a white man writes a role with a sex robot and they cast an Asian woman, versus an Asian American woman is writing this role and using this role to call out that trope and that stereotype.
Have you seen Ex Machina?
I have, yeah.
Do you ever get comparisons to your film?
I mean, usually people, when they watch my film, or when they read the script, they'll bring up that film, or they'll bring up Black Mirror and a bunch of other films that have sex robots in them. Mm-hmm. But nobody's really talked to me about those films in terms of the themes I was trying to raise with the sex robot. They have brought up other shows in terms of how will technology change relationships down the road. People have talked to me about that and brought up examples of other work that involve sex robots that also explore that theme. Mm-hmm. But in terms of Asian women constantly being casted as sex objects, no, nobody's really talked to me about that.
What do you have to say about that? Here's your chance.
I think it's obviously I don't like it. Mm-hmm. I think it puts Asian American. I feel like Asian American women in cinema, we are oftentimes portrayed in these tropish ways, we're either overly sexualized, or we're super submissive and demure and have no voice, and we're just very obedient. In terms of the over sexualization of women, I feel like right now I'm writing some stories where I want to talk about. I want to write this Asian American character who does have a sexuality, but it limits. I feel like sometimes having these stereotypes makes it seem like Asian American women cannot have a sexuality. Mm. So I'm trying to write this sexual character, but it's I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't fall into that stereotype. So how do you do that? I just have to do that by making a very well-rounded character. Mm-hmm. But I think the problem with what's happening right now with Asian American characters is they're just too one-dimensional. That's how you get those stereotypes and those tropes. So it's you can have a character that's Asian American who is soft-spoken and what you would call maybe quote-unquote demure or whatever. But then, I want to know more about that person. Let's write more about that person, so she's not just this thing that makes those decisions to speak quietly, and that's it. It's why is she soft-spoken? Why is she, demure or whatever? And, I think by giving people more of that backstory, it becomes less of this trope and more of like, oh, this person or this character is empowered because they have made these decisions to be this way, and they are a full rounded person.
Have you seen the new Star Wars movie?
I haven't seen it yet. I clearly you're not talking to like a Star Wars fanatic, which I probably shouldn't be saying right now. Oh my God, people are gonna be like, that's where they're gonna be like, I'm not gonna listen to this anymore.
I won't give anything away, but if you had seen it, I would ask you how you feel about or what your thoughts were on the 2 Asian American women that are in the movie.
Okay, cool. Well, I gotta watch it now.
Now you gotta watch it.
That's a really strange reason to watch Star Wars. I feel like it's like everybody's got these reasons like, oh, I just love Star Wars. And I'm like, I'm gonna go watch it for the Asian American women in Star Wars.
I'm trying to tell you, it's a whole new world.
That is really great to hear though. I mean, to be clear, I don't hate Star Wars or anything. I like it a lot. I am not a fanatic, that's all.
That's fair. You have time.
Well, maybe I just haven't had the time.
So no Star Wars talk. Okay. And I don't know. Anyway, I won't go down that road with you. So you're a part of a collective in New York called the Film Shop? Mm-hmm. What is that?
So the Film Shop is a filmmakers collective in New York City. It's a group of people of all different backgrounds in film that come together every single week, and we workshop 2 of our members' projects every single week. So, for instance, this group is made of writers, directors, actors, cinematographers, composers, sound designers, all different kinds of people working on film. All these people have personal projects that they're working on. It can be a script for a feature, a short film, or a spec spot. It could be them gearing up for their crowdfunding campaign. Just whatever projects that they're working on, they bring it in every single week, or each member gets 1 week to present their project, and everybody in that group, we give them feedback, we give them constructive criticism, we give them support. It's a really great community. It's how I've been able to make my last 2 films. So like Cake was there were a lot of people in Cake that worked on the film that were from that collective, or they were recommended to me by people I had met in that collective.
How many people are in the collective?
The collective as a whole, I believe, is pretty big. It's broken down into 4 different groups, and each group meets on a different day, and each group meets in a different location in the city based on, where you live. So there's one group that meets in Manhattan on Thursday nights. There's 2 groups in Williamsburg, but each one meets on different nights. And then there's one in South Brooklyn that meets on Wednesday nights. I'm sorry, can you remember?
What was the question? Sorry. I was just asking about the organization because I hadn't heard of it before, and I was just curious about how big it was and how a person can get involved with it.
Okay, sure, yeah. So the size, each group that meets on every night, it's like around 20, 25 people. So I guess in total it's probably around 100 people.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And do people make do they show up every week or? There's
like, they have an attendance policy, which is great because you don't want to just have people present their project and then they never come back ever again. And you're like, what the heck? I give you feedback. Why? It's a great community. People definitely show up for each other. Mm-hmm. You're allowed like 4 absences per season, and each season is like about 4 to 5 months long. So for the most part, everybody shows up most of the time. Granted, sometimes we're on set or we're busy with work and that. Yeah. But yeah, if people want to find out more about it, they can just Google Film Shop, FILMSHOP. Yeah. Just like spelling it in my head. I was like, I did that right.
Regular spelling, guys.
No, stop. One word. Google it. It's a great collective. It is competitive to get in. Like there is an application process, but like it is an amazing community. It is totally worth applying for. It's growing, and there are really incredible members in the group, and we're all making really exciting things.
Awesome.
And you can't do it alone.
You cannot, unfortunately, you cannot make movies by yourself. I would make movies by myself if I could, if I could be really honest. But you cannot do that. So I've tried, it doesn't work as well. So for you, how long have you been in New York?
I've been living here, I think 6 or 7 years now.
Awesome. What brought you to town?
Well, let's see. So I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
Go Ohio. Go Buckeyes.
Are you from Ohio?
Yes.
Wait, where are you from?
Youngstown, Ohio.
Hey!
I am from the Yo. That's right. Right.
Cool. Very cool. I've been to Youngstown before. I don't know it very well, but I've been a couple of times.
I cannot believe you've been to Youngstown before.
No, I have. Yeah. I have.
Why?
I think my parents maybe had friends in Youngstown.
Okay.
So we must have been going there for some dinner party or something. I've only been once or twice. And I just remember it's very close to the edge of Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. Very cool. It's so cool to meet another Ohioan. We are great people.
We are. Can you tell? Yes, people, did y'all hear that? But I'm going to tell you right now, I have only had from Ohio, my home state, one download of this podcast in the state of Ohio.
We gotta change that. Maybe this is once they hear there's 2 Ohioans on today, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, all of Ohio is gonna say that."
Because I keep, whatever they do, like stats or download stats, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like, I have more people listening from Cape Verde, which I don't even know where that is exactly, but more people listening from Cape Verde than my home state."
Well, we'll get them on somehow. Slowly but surely, we'll get them on.
Or not. It's cool. I just think it's funny. But yeah, sorry, hometown. Go Buckeyes.
What's up, Cape Verde people?
Shoot.
And next, we're gonna focus on Youngstown. So, Youngstown viewership or listening. Anyway, very cool. Yeah, I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I grew up in the east suburbs. I grew up in a place called Mayfield Heights. Or aware of that place. It's close to Beechwood.
Gotcha.
I think people usually know Beechwood because they know Legacy Village, which is a giant shopping center there.
Exactly. I've been to that shopping center.
I live like 10, 15 minutes from that shopping center. And then I went to school at Ohio State. And then after Ohio State, I went to Chicago for a year. I worked in advertising, like product advertising, and I worked on the agency side. And I realized that really wasn't a good fit for me. I really wanted to get more into, filmmaking and TV work. And from Chicago, I felt like my only options were New York or LA. Chicago is awesome. It's lovely. It's beautiful, but it just felt way too small. And I decided to go to New York because I felt like it seemed, and I could be wrong, I've not really spent extensive time in LA, but New York seemed to me more indie and less like big Hollywood picture. And I was really interested more in the indie vibe or the indie voice. And I was close to home. So I went to the city and I love it.
Nice. And so your day job is working for HBO? Still?
Yes. So I'm currently, if I must give my title.
Yes, you must.
I'm currently a senior producer and editor at HBO, and I work here cutting promos and trailers for their TV shows. And it's a fantastic job. It's a great job to have, to pay the bills. Outside of work, I'm constantly hustling and making my own work, but to make money, this is fantastic. The shows that we work on are obviously really exciting and great. It's really great material to work with, and I'm learning stuff every day, so it's great.
So what is it? So as a trailer editor, if someone gives you an episode of something and says, we need a trailer for next week's show, what do you look for the trailer?
You mean like what do I look for to make a great trailer?
Yes.
It helps a lot if the show or the movie is good. That helps a lot. If you don't have something good, I mean, here at HBO, I'm very grateful that most things we work on here are really fantastic, and even the things that aren't like as fantastic are still really, really good. But I used to work at another trailer house. Trailer editing has been my bread and butter for a while now, and at the other trailer house, we would get a mixture of films. And it is definitely a creative challenge when you are working with a TV show or a movie that, doesn't have all the pieces that you want to tell the story, because their story maybe is lacking a few pieces. And it's definitely hard. But if you can make it work, and if you can make the trailer even better than the movie, then you did your job well.
That's always the goal.
Yeah, if I made you watch a trailer and you're like, damn, that was awesome, and then you watch the actual movie and you're like, that wasn't as good as the trailer, I'm like, I did my job. But you don't get to choose what you work on usually. So besides whether or not the product itself has all the things that make a good story, sound effects and music go a really long way in terms of the trailer. Having a really good music track is really key. Like, I will spend a long time looking for the right music track for the trailers and the promos I cut. It gives the spot the energy and the emotion that you want. And yeah, I really feel like sound effects and music really elevate a trailer. Mm-hmm. I mean, the rest of it is like, if you're cutting a traditional trailer, it's making sure you have all the story beats in the right place, not giving away too much, not giving away too little. If it's a teaser, it's like, can you capture the emotion of the film and just tease up the hype of it, or tease, whatever would attract these people to this film without really saying much, but just giving a taste of the emotion of the film. I think that's the real focus of a teaser. But yeah, I would say music, sound effects, and then, yeah.
Creating the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So which is your favorite show to make trailers for?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I'm allowed to pick a show.
They're not gonna listen to this. I'm kidding. I'm sure HBO is listening to everything.
Okay, how about this? I'll say that they're all great, but working on Game of Thrones is definitely an amazing experience.
Yes.
But, I mean, like, honestly, working on every show here, it has been amazing. But just to work on, like, Game of Thrones is really special just because it is so, I've never worked on any campaign that was that big. Mm-hmm. Every single episode preview that I cut, there would be press about it. Like, there would be, like the Hollywood Reporter or Newsweek or some news outlet would have a write-up specifically on that episode preview. And there would be fans that just dissect your work and go frame by frame and try to figure out what's going to happen next. And there's all these theories, and just by watching your one thing, which, by the way, we are told we basically can't show anything.
Wow. But you do. I mean, my little brother is even more of a Game of Thrones fan than I am. Uh-huh. And so we'll watch an episode and then he will dissect the trailer or the teaser or whatever for the next episode. And he's like, this is about to happen. Watch and see. And I'm like, okay, I didn't get that. But okay, I'm going to watch the next episode because you said so. Yeah.
I mean, the audience is really smart. Like, there's some stuff that, like, sometimes I'll watch read the comments in for Game of Thrones. I did read the comments for the trailers and the episode previews because I was very curious to know what people had to say about it. And some people were, like, really spot on. They pick up on things that, like, I didn't even know. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. What? Found that one thing in the upper right-hand corner? Like, what? What? Away? What the heck? But yeah, working on Game of Thrones is tremendous just because of, it has such tremendous reach and I've never worked on a campaign for a show that is so loved by people. So that's definitely very fun.
Yes, we get very, very, very attached. So when people die, it's a problem.
I mean, I can't wait to see the next season. I can't wait.
Oh man, like my heart is fluttering just thinking about the last minute the climax or whatever for last season. Like, it's not good. This is not good, people. I mean, in terms of the dragon, yeah.
Right. For anybody that hasn't seen it yet, just mute for
just for another minute. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think also on top of the feeling of like when you're watching that scene and you're like, oh shit, things are going down, and then the episode ends, and then you're just like, oh shit, I have to wait over another year. It's like, I don't know which is worse.
This is bad. Like, I don't want to wait for a year to find out what happens next. Like, and I know I will wait with everybody else, but God, dog.
Yeah.
That just hurt my feelings. So like it would like they were cousins on the wall.
Totally. The season ended, and I will watch the season with my friends when as they air, like every single week, because it's more fun to watch it that way. And also when I'm working on the episodes, I'm not working with the final finished episode. They don't give that to us until right when we're about to deliver, so I don't even get to see the full finished episode before I deliver it. But yeah, I remember when I watched it with my friends, it's like we turned off the TV and we're like, well, I guess we have to wait for another year. What's next? You know, it's like, what's next? What are we going to do with our lives now? I don't know.
I don't know. There's a bit of a gap there.
Yeah.
I did watch Deuce also.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Pernell Walker, homie from New York. She played Thunder Thighs.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
I mean, she did a great job. That's no shade towards her. In the finale, I was like, okay.
I know. I like really want to talk to you about it, but I also don't want to ruin this for anybody in case people are watching it. But
yeah. You guys can't see her face, but she's balling up her fist and pointing at me, and I'm like, yes, exactly that feeling right there.
The juice, everybody. So we can talk about it.
So we all talk about it. Okay, so we talked about trailers, talked about Cucleris. Your producer is Victoria Negri.
Yeah.
Yes, she she directed the movie Gold Star, and she was in a recent episode, which is how we met. So I just wanted to give her a shout out. You guys can go back and listen to her episode as well. But what was it like working with her as a producer?
Vicky she's amazing. I would be dropping all these F-bombs but in support of how awesome she is right now, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to curse that much, but she's freaking amazing. Because she's produced my last 2 shorts. So she's produced and she also produced my film Into the Woods. And every time I've worked with her, she just gets the ball rolling. She and I just feel like we work together really well. We both have this, like, we don't settle for anything. We want the best of everything that we do. We're super passionate. We don't, we don't settle for anything that's less than the best. And that shows even in her own work, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, even as a producer, she does not settle, and she will work just as hard as you know, as me, the person coming up with it, with the film and the script. And that's amazing too, because a lot of times, you know, that people aren't going to put in as much effort as the creator of the film, but Vicky is like by my side all the time. And she really got the ball rolling. Always. She makes things happen.
Oh, that's what you want in a producer. Yay.
She's a powerhouse.
Very, very cool. How did you guys meet?
We met we met through Film Shop, and it was through we met through Film Shop, and it's through a mixer event that Film Shop was throwing. She's also a member of Film Shop, and we started talking, and we found out that we both had a parent that passed while we were young, and I think we just had an instant connection. I mean, that's not the only thing we connected on, but that I think gone through similar situations, I think that helps explain why we are the way we are and why we are so dedicated to making the best art that we can. I think there's a really big part of us, and I don't want to speak for her, but I can see that she's definitely very passionate. And at least for me, like having my mother pass away when I was young, it really was like it made me get really clear about what it was that I wanted out of my life. Mm-hmm. And what I felt like my life's mission was. Mm-hmm. And Vicky and I, we just clicked really well, and I think we work really well together, and she's amazing.
That's fantastic. I'm glad that you guys found each other. I think it's important to have collaborators that are as passionate as you are about the work, and
it's rare. It's mm-hmm. really rare, and you can never tell. You can also, when you start working with somebody, you never know how it's going to go too. Like some collaborations, they just fall into place and it's just like magic. And other ones, you think in the beginning it's going to be great. And as you get to work with each other, it's like, oh, no. This is a car crash waiting to happen. And with Vicky, it was just like, we just clicked. And yeah, it's really rare. And I hope every artist can find, those people that they just magically connect with and can work with. It's really important.
What are you guys working on next together?
Well, Vicky is, and again, I don't want to speak for Vicky's projects, but we don't have anything lined up together yet. I have reached out to her to see if she wants to produce some of my upcoming shorts. But she's also, like you said, she's got her directorial debut out right now. Mm-hmm. And she's really busy working on her next upcoming stuff. I know she's another feature in the works. And I think we'll see what happens. I'm reaching out to her, but I wouldn't be surprised if she needs to do her thing, and I totally support her. She's badass, and I want her to do whatever is best for her, and I want her to succeed, and I can't wait to see her future projects. So we don't have anything set up to work together anytime in the near future, nothing set in stone, but I'm sure we'll collaborate again.
Awesome. Well, what is your next project then?
Well, that's
bringing it back to you. I mean, it's a love fest. That's awesome. But hi, Annie.
So yeah, for me, I have a busy 2018 lined up for sure. I want to keep the momentum of Cake going. Cake's done really. I'm so grateful for how well it's done. It's been I just got another festival acceptance this weekend, so we have now been accepted into 25 festivals.
Nice.
And we've won 7 awards, and I just want to keep that momentum going, and I'm very grateful. So, I have a dramatic short coming up in 2018 about my experiences growing up Asian American in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I have a series of micro shorts that are over-the-top dark comedy. Similar vein as Cake. It's not all about sex robots, though. There's no sex robot at all, but it's like very over-the-top, uncomfortable humor, some gross-out humor, some sex humor, some just stuff that might make you squirm in your seat a little bit.
Not me. I'm telling you, when I saw Cake, I was like, I freaking like her. So no, you will not make me squirm in my seat over dark humor.
Cool. Very cool. Well, yeah. I've got that coming up for the people who really love the comedy stuff. And then on top of that, I'm writing a feature film about my family, and it's about how 10 years after my mom passes away, my family's about to sell our childhood home. Right as we're about to sell it, my mom comes back to life. We all think this is a great opportunity to be a family again, but really she's out for blood. So I've got that coming in the works, and then I'm also trying to conceptualize a TV pilot right now. I don't have anything in my head right now, but I'm trying to come up with one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be a busy 2018, but I'm really excited.
Sounds like it's going to be amazing. But I hope you'll come back on the show after you've done 1 or 2 of those big projects in 2018 and tell us about it.
This has been a blast.
Awesome. One more time for Go Buckeyes.
Come on, Ohio people. all people, come on. But like, you gotta come through. Come on, Ohio.
How can folks find you on the internet before you go?
Sure. Please check out my website. It's my name, ANNEHU.com. I go by Annie, but I spell it Ann. It's confusing, but just do it. It's what my mom did. So I just keep it up in honor of her. So yeah, you can find me on the internet. My website is ANNEHU.com. You can follow my Instagram, which is ANNEHUFILMS and Annie Who Films. And, you can also follow our cake page and our cake website. But if you follow me on my website or my Instagram, you'll be sure to see what's happening next.
Awesome. So before you go, what are you excited about right now?
Yeah, I'm excited to get these films I just talked about made, and I'm excited to see what comes my way. And I'm excited to see what progress is made in Hollywood next year. Things are changing slowly but surely, but let's see how much stuff keeps getting shaken up and changed.
So much change happening right now. I think it's fantastic.
No, it's great. It's great. It's painful, but great. Some of it.
Oh, yeah. The painful part, we'll get over that. But I feel like there's, with all the disruption that's happening, there's an opportunity for some folks to rise up that have been held back by a lot of things.
Totally. And I'm excited to see all these. I'm excited to see all the positive changes to come this coming year. I think right now we're in a really important time of change, and I think we're headed towards better days.
That is a perfect way to end the podcast. It's about to get back on my soapbox, but I'm gonna just say. Okay. Sorry. I got my mind went somewhere.
Okay.
Help me out. What do I say at the end?
Thank people for listening.
Thank you. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you, Miss Annie Who, for coming on the show and being so fearless with your work. I really hope that you continue to go in that direction because we need you. It is fantastic what you're doing. And for everybody else, I hope you feel inspired to tell your story, whether you're an Asian American female from Ohio or wherever else, Cape Verde.
Cape Verde.
We look forward to seeing what you make next. You've been listening to Directing Magic with Marquette Jones. Be sure to visit directingmagic.com for past episodes and other information relating to the show. Also, be sure to subscribe and rate and comment on iTunes. Until next time, bye-bye.